Today we'll be discussing our assignments for IML 705 Design and Administration of Training Programs. So let us discuss the following. So number one, discuss the nature of training program. So what could we say about training programs? So training program is an activity leading to skilled behavior. The process of teaching employees the basic skills they need to perform in their jobs. The heart of continuous effort designed to improve employees' competency and organizational performance. So as we can see in these paragraphs, it should be an activity leading to what a skilled behavior, not just um, a good behavior, but a very skilled behavior. For example, we are hiring people usually when a company or, for example, in Department of Education, we are hiring fresh graduates. And those graduates are very fresh. They are skilled, but they should be what? They should be equipped more so that the employees could perform their jobs well. So that's why we have this training because as what one of my favorite authors have said that, for example, this is our problem for today. Okay, for example, we have a level one problem. That level one problem requires a level one solution. But as time goes by, those problems elevate. Yung virus nga, 'di ba, ah, ah, nag-i-increase yung kanyang variant. So, what more the problems of the institution? So, if there would be a level 2 problem, then the employees of the department are having that mindset of a level 1 solution. You think it would fit those level 2 problems? So that's why we need to what? Develop our employees and make them equipped, having skilled behavior, not just those behavior that are stagnant, but also those behavior that are changing. Next, we also need to teach employees to perform their jobs, not just to perform their jobs, but to perform this what efficiently and effectively. And also the heart of continuous effort to improve the employee's competency and the organizational performance. We have this training so that we are not just, for example, if we are part of the Department of Education, hindi na tayo yung sabi natin, okay lang sa amin na we are just school. Okay, 'pag name-mention yung school niyo, yung school na yan parang okay, yan na yun yung school na yan. But for example, if you are part of the school that is performing well, we would say that, yung school na yan very effective, very efficient because they are trained to become competent and they are equipped to perform in the highest level. And please remember that alam naman natin na those things does not come like overnight. It requires a lot of effort, energy, and trial and error. And that's why training is very important. So training typically focuses on what? Providing employees with specific skills or helping those correct deficiencies in their performance. So training basically you are not just equipping but also correcting. One of the author that I've known that it's sabi nga dun sa author nila, yung the 21st century, the most essential part of the 21st century skill is not the ability to read and write, but the ability to what? Learn, unlearn, and relearn. We need to learn something, what is new. We need to unlearn because those strategies, those habits, those values, may mga values na talaga tayong hindi na kailangan ngayon. And we also need to relearn because we forget some of those skills na kailangan natin ngayon for us to move forward. So it is a short term. Remember, it is a training by nature is a short term learning process that involves acquisition of knowledge. You acquire the knowledge, you sharpen your skills, concept rules, and changing attitudes, behaviors to enhance the performance of employees. For example, in the past, 'di ba? Uh, masyadong teachers, for example, ako, I've been part of those changing times. In the past, we are so uh, very consistent with dapat yung form sinusulat, yung form dapat maganda yung daan mo. But now, we could do the forms in what? Computerized na. And nag-level up na. But as of now, I think wala naman teacher na hindi nagle-level up, di ba? But some of those teachers who have not acquired the knowledge, sharpen their skills, and be competent, some of them really did retire because they don't want to enhance their performance. And I think not all naman, di ba? But some of them really did not want to be trained na kasi they're old. But I've known some people that uh, I have colleagues in the school that although they're old, but they are what? They are also learning. And so let's talk about the importance of training programs. So bakit ba importanteng magkaroon ng mga training programs? So number one, it improves the individual's level of awareness. For example, what would happen if the Department of Education, yes, we know we are in the new normal, but what if we are not equipped with the knowledge that we need to have in order for us to function in this new normal? Do you think yung mga teachers papasok sa school, would you think that yung mga teachers would still pursue teaching? Or for us, 'di ba? Because of our awareness today that it's good to go back to school, so that's why we go back to school. Next is it also areas of expertise. Um, last time I was there was a memo from from the Department of Education from the Division of Sultan Kudarat. Let me just tell you some story. So, there was a application for learning facilitators. So as I see myself, I think I could be part of those organization, but I'm not that very good in speaking. But then as I've entered, I passed through the test. Then after that, there was a seminar. Then after that, I've become more confident in talking. I become more confident in how to prepare those slides. And I think being accredited by NIAP, it's just a regional level. But I think being accredited by NIAP, it certifies that I think for my individual skill, as a personal point of view, my skill is being enhanced, and I am more, I think, expert in talking. So next, it increase individuals' motivation to perform their job well. Trainings are one of the critical part in, especially in the Department of Education. Because it will remind people how they should do their job. And please remember that pag matagal na tayo sa Department of Education, there are times that we get burned out, diba? Especially those people na those people who stop learning. As you can see, you have some of your co-teachers who do not go to school. They're just doing the bahay school, bahay school, bahay school. Somewhat people lost their drive to perform their job. But if they have challenges, they are exposed to new trainings. That's why they become what? More energetic because they've learned something and they want to apply. They become enthusiastic. Next is it increases overall productivity and performance. Um, Based on experience, I know you. Some of you have attended seminars. After attending seminars, you feel rejuvenated. You feel parang dapat ganito yung gagawin sa school. Dapat ganito ganyan ganyan. 'Di ba? That's the feeling. And ikaw mismo na if you have joined those seminars, parang oh, ito dapat yung gawin dito, ito na siya ha, ito siya, ito siya, ito siya. You could always direct people, and as much as possible, you become a key of change sa school ninyo kasi alam mo na yung gagawin eh. You become more productive, parang mas may alam na tayo. So that's why it increases the performance and the productivity of a person. So let's go back to the VUCA environment. We are all aware that the modern organizations are forced to operate in this volatile, uncertain, complex, complex and ambiguous business environment. Since the start of the pandemic, that's why what happened to the system. Kaya nga 'di ba, before pandemic we have the what we call the normal life. But after the pandemic, we have the new normal. And facing the new normal is not just facing a new world. It's also facing new standards because number one, you could not just go see a person, 'di ba dati? Oh, gusto ko magbakasyon. Let's go to this place. But now we could not do that. And as for trainings, 'di ba dati parang takot na nga tayo mag-video call lang kahit sa Messenger, video call. Ngayon, matanong ko lang, how many group chats you have in your cell phones? Then, as much as possible, if there are virtual meetings or virtual seminars, 'di ba? Dati, if we want to have CPD units, we go to Manila, we go to Cebu. Sometimes we go to Cebu, we go to Davao, we go to Manila just to earn those CPD units. But now, what happened? Because of the accessibility, because of the new normal, we are getting those CPD units, we are getting those proper seminars from experts, and we are paying less. And in the past, as you can see, because of training, some of us are afraid of what? Having this Zoom conversation, this Google Meet. But as of now, everyone is expert in Google Meet, everyone is expert in Zoom. Uh, as much as possible, I think mas maraming taong mas gusto naka-on cam during lessons kaysa sa naka-off cam, 'di ba? And sometimes we see ourselves in those cameras. Minsan ang dami nating ginagawa na unnecessary, but I think the confidence is also there because kasi nga na-train na tayo to face the camera. Next, in context, it is also important that if an organization is to invest in training skills and learning acquired to stimulate relevant productivity, so that what happens? The organization shall maintain a competitive edge and competitive global education. So that's why we need to cope up because the rest of the world is already coping up. So how about us in the Philippines? Diba? We are training. People are very good in doing Zoom already. So we are being trained also like that. So what are the benefits? This will benefit everyone. So number one, reduction of poor quality and services. Reduce waste of materials. In the past, we need a lot of paper. Ngayon, ano na, we are good with screenshots. Reduction of absenteeism. Unless naka-intubate ka or nasa ICU ka, you could still attend meeting because as long as may Wi-Fi, there's always a way to attend a seminar or a training. That loyalty and feeling of obligation because the institution is giving them something. That's why they feel they should give back to the institution as well. Next, flexible, empowered, and adaptable workforce. Sino ba ang hindi masaya sa new normal today? I think everyone is being happy naman tayo kasi we have flexible work arrangement, 'di ba? We are always online. Sabi nga, 'di ba, in the past we just scroll our phones because we want to check on people's life. But today, what happens? Especially teachers, we scroll because we want to look for trainings and seminars that are free. 'Di ba? Madami niyan. You go to just go to the DepEd websites, ang dami. And it should also what enhance the organization's image. Because, for example, if you would be training those people, habang tumatagal, nag-level up po yan sila. And if they level up, the performance of the organization would be what? Would be very good. And that's why, pag maganda na yung performance nila, what would happen? Everyone would be at their best performance. So let's talk about how to create an effective training program. Number one, let us perform a training needs assessment. Ano ba yung kailangan? So number one is identify your clear goal. What should the training be? Then let's determine what are the tasks so that the goal shall be set. Determine the training activities, then determine the learning characteristics. So lahat na ng kailangan. And please remember, ito yung pinaka this is one of ano, the best point that is shared by our speaker during the division learning facilitators. Please always remember that there should be what? An adult learning principle in mind. Because having an adult learning principle in mind, this always the best way to educate people. So, what should this be? The characteristic of the trainings or the seminar is it should be number one, it should be what self-directed. They come to training with a lifetime existing knowledge, experience, and opinions. You just don't talk to people as like they are just dumb or they don't know something. Because as you know, those people that come to training comes from different background, comes from different status. So you need to take considerations. Next, goal oriented. The training should be what? Relevant. Because what would happen to our trainings if these are not relevant? Like what happened in the past. So, for example, the DepEd would say, "Oh, I'm calling everyone for this seminar." But sino po yung nakikinig actually? Sometimes people just go there to attend the seminar just to have a vacation. But are they really listening? Next is the training should be task oriented. Although trainings are as of today are really task oriented, there should be what outputs. But in the past, people just go to the seminar, just listen to the they get the certificates. Then after that, okay, the seminar is finished. So next is what's in it for them. Make sure that when people go to your seminars, they know what they're in for. They know what they get to your seminar. Want to be and feel respected. Ito yung pinaka-importante. No matter what seminars you conduct, everyone should feel comfortable to be in your seminar, and they should feel what respected. So next is after that we should develop the learning objectives, design the training materials, develop the training materials, and implement the training. And the most hard part, there should always be an evaluation of the training, because if the training is not being evaluated, we could not say that the training is what, successful or not. Because constant feedbacking would help us improve those trainings and seminars. Because if we would be doing constant feedbacking, we would know if saan ba tayo magaling, saan ba tayo nagkulang, what arrangement could be done so that in the future, when we conduct those trainings, we could what? We could improve, because there's no way to go but to change and improve. Because if we don't improve these trainings and seminars, for example, what happens if balik-balik na lang yung trainings and seminars? Do you think those training and seminars would be productive, meaningful to those people that go there? Hindi naman siguro. So make sure that evaluation should be done after the training. So that's all. Thank you. So here's my reference, and thank you for listening.